Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you quite a few different things. I'm going to be doing a removal of gel polish over extensions, a fill using dip powder, as well as this dip manicure using a new City Girl nail shop release. So let's get right into the video. Alright, so here was the manicure I was wearing for about 2 weeks. I do have extensions on, and then this is a gel polish over, and you can really see that growth. It's definitely time for a change. So I'm going to be using my makartt e-file as well as this multi-chrome bit, and I will link the review I did on this drill in the cards. And I basically have this on a medium speed, and I'm going to be just filing off that gel polish. Now, I was actually going to soak off my entire extension look, but then I decided I would show you guys since I feel like I get requests to do that quite a bit. And I thought, well, if I have the chance, why not just film it for you guys? So that's what I'm going to be doing. But currently, I do have my extensions off, and I will have my natural nails featured in my next video. As you can see, the gel polish comes off super easy with this drill. You can definitely use a hand file to take off the gel polish. It will just take quite a bit longer and is a little bit more tedious, and this is a lot faster. But if you are a beginner and are too scared to use an e-file, it can be done with a hand file. But anyway, I'm just going in long strokes down the nail. And then I also go side to side horizontally to smooth out the nail surface. And it's a pretty simple process. I mean, you guys can see what I'm doing here. And I really thought this was easy taking off this color. And I really did like this color. I think it went well with my skin tone. And I wore it in some pictures that I got taken, and I thought it looked really nice. It's from Model Ones. I'm not sure if I did a review of it on my channel or not, but I will try and link it in my description if I can find it, because it was a really great gel polish shade, and as you can see, it lasted really well. Alright, so while I am filing, I just want to fill you guys in a bit on what has been going on in my life. So it is coming towards the end of the school year. I did have my ACT testing, which definitely took up a lot of my time, so you may have noticed I haven't been posting a lot on my channel. I also have AP testing coming up. So I have been definitely working on a lot of prep for that. So I don't have as much time for nails, especially with the last month of school right around the corner. I have a lot of things piling on me regarding that. So I'm sorry for the lack of content on my channel, but I do plan to have quite a few videos coming out, especially this summer. And I have a lot of things to review for my channel in the upcoming weeks. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys will stick around and watch my videos, even though I haven't been as active as usual. Alright, so now here is the next step. I'm just taking a hand file and I'm sort of just adjusting the free edge and sidewalls of my shape to make it a little bit more crisp, since as they grow out they sort of dull down and I don't really like that look. So I'm just going to fix up the shape of my nails. And as you can see here, I do have some slight lifting of the dip powder, so I'm going to take a cuticle nipper and sort of just pick off those lifted areas super gently. I don't want to damage my natural nail, and this is really important because otherwise you can get sort of infections and water under this, and you definitely don't want that on your nail, so take off any lifting. And I also went ahead and used a file to smooth out any of the ledges and remove any further lifted areas. And here you can see what the nails look like. And now I'm just taking my cuticle pusher to push off any of that dead skin stuck on the nail plate to make sure my fill lasts as long as possible. And I'm doing this super gently to not harm the nail plate. And after pushing my cuticles back, I did go ahead and buff the natural nail where I pushed back that cuticle. And here are the nails after prepping and getting everything ready for the dip application. And now I'm just taking my Sparkle & Co. pH Prep liquid and applying this only on the natural nail to dehydrate that area. And then I will be using my Double Dip clear powder to do the fill, as well as my Double Dip base liquid. So I'm going to apply a thin layer of base to my entire nail, and then I'm going to dip into the powder and tap off any excess. And this is the preferred method I choose to do my fills with. I'm pretty sure I did a video on my channel a super long time ago on a fill, and then I may have done a more recent one, I can't really remember. But I've used the same process for my fills every single time, and I do think it works great for me, so that is why I am sharing it with you. But basically, I do one coat over the entire nail just to sort of build up that gap between the natural nail and existing dip powder, and then I go in with a second coat to build up the thickness slightly just to make the nails a little bit more durable. And that's basically all I do for my fill, so it's a very simple technique, and I think that it looks really clean and nice, just like you did the nails the first time. So I'm just going to be wrapping up the first coat here, and then I will go ahead and brush off any of the excess powder on all of my nails, and now I'm going in for a second coat. And on the second coat, I'm doing the same exact process. I'm doing one thin layer over the entire nail, dipping into the clear and tapping off any excess. And you can do your dip extensions with any color you like. I prefer to do clear because it doesn't alter the color I put on top, but I also have used sort of a sheer neutral color as well as a light pink, and all of those colors honestly work great. It's totally just a personal preference. And if you are looking for a detailed tutorial on how I do my nail extensions, I do have quite a few videos showing that process under my DIY manicure playlist, which I will link in the cards as well as my description, so you can check those videos out if you want to. And here I'm just going to finish up doing the fill. And now that all of the dip powder layers are on, I'm going to activate using my Double Dip activator. And I applied 2 generous layers to all of the nails to harden up the powder and make it ready for filing. And then I let it sit on the nails for about 2 minutes. And I went ahead and used my hand file to perfect the shape. You could also use an e-file here, but honestly I didn't have a lot of filing to do, so using a hand file was my preferred choice just because it was quicker. So I basically went along the free edge, the cuticle area, and the surface, and I will link my in-depth filing routine in the cards so you guys can get a little bit more information about that. And here you can see the beautiful structure of my nails. There is a really nice curve and they aren't too thick at all. So now, since I am using a peel base over the extensions, I do want to make the surface as smooth as possible, so I'm taking a nail buffer and just going over the entire nail, and you can really see how smooth the surface is. There aren't any major scratches or anything like that. And now I'm actually going to start with the manicure. So I'm going to use my Mani Boss Peel Off Base Coat, which is one of my new favorites, and I'm applying one layer of this over my extension and then letting that dry completely before moving on. And here is the beautiful color I did for my manicure. This one is from City Girl Nail Shop and it is called Candyland. It does not have a name on it for me because she actually sent this for me to post a manicure about it. And that has already been posted on my Instagram, so check that out if you haven't. And this color actually released today. This video is coming out quite late in the day, but it did release, so definitely check this color out. It's perfect for spring and summer, and it was very easy to apply. So for this application, I'm using my same base liquid I did the fill with, and I'm basically applying a thin layer base to my entire nail. and then pouring the glitter over, since this is a chunkier glitter. And I find that this method of application works best for me, especially with colors like this one, because on the pouring over layers you tend to get the smaller glitter pieces, and then I sort of do a detailed placement with the larger ones to get the nails exactly how I want. So I'm doing this process on all of my nails because I did do a full coverage glitter look for this manicure, and I'm repeating that same process on the rest of my fingers. So again, that's just applying a thin layer of base, pouring over the glitter powder, and then I do take my opposite finger and push down any of the glitter pieces standing up, just to make it as flat as I can. So I will go ahead and let you guys watch me do the first coat, and then I will come back for the second coat. Alright, so after the first layer of glitter is on, I went ahead and brushed off any of the excess powder and glitter off of my fingers and nails, and now I'm going in for a second coat to build up the glitter coverage. So I'm doing the same exact process. I'm applying a thin layer of base to my nail, and then pouring the glitter over and pushing down any of the pieces sticking out. And I do want to say this manicure was a little bit thicker than I usually prefer. Obviously I did have the dip extensions on underneath, so that did build up the thickness just because there was already about 3 layers of clear along with the fake tip. So they were slightly thick, but I don't think that they were thick to a point where they looked bulky. They didn't feel too heavy on the nails or anything like that. And obviously if you are using a chunky glitter, they will be slightly thicker than just a solid dip. So I do want to note that, but overall, I thought this glitter was really great to work with. City Girl Nail Shop has some really great dip powders, and this one is no exception. So I was super pleased with the application and effect this glitter gave off. And if you are looking to purchase anything from the City Girl Nail Shop website, I do have a discount code, and I will leave all of the codes relevant to this video in my description so you guys can save some money when you are purchasing. Alright, so after I did that second coat, I brushed off any powder like usual. And now I'm doing that detailed placement I talked about earlier. So I apply a thin layer of base to my entire nail, and then I pour out some of the larger glitter pieces into the cap, and with an orange wood stick I pick up the larger pieces and place them on the nail strategically in the areas that are sort of bare or look like they need a little bit more glitter. And this helps you get the glitter effect you want without dipping into the powder, which can make the nails just overly thick and not look right. So I definitely recommend using this technique with a chunkier glitter, and it worked really great for this one specifically, and I thought the nails came out really even and pretty with these larger pieces. So I will let you guys watch me do this step on my nails just because it's pretty simple and easy to follow, and then I will come back for the clear encapsulation. Alright, so now that all of the glitter and powder is on, I'm going to clear encapsulate using my double dip clear powder once again. and I'm applying a thin layer of base to my entire nail, dipping into the powder and tapping off any excess. And I say this in almost all of my dip powder videos. This step is super crucial if you are using a glitter dip powder. For one, it seals in the powder and makes it so that the glitter doesn't come off when filing, and it also is a really important step in evening out the nail surface and making it so it doesn't look super textured. So I highly recommend you do this with any glitter powder you are using. Otherwise, once you go in with that file, you will take off all of that beautiful shine. And now I'm activating once again with my double dip activator, applying 2 generous layers. And since this manicure needed a little bit more filing than usual, I did use my e-file just because it would have been a lot faster than using a hand file. And here are what the nails look like all filed up and super beautiful, ready for top coat. And for today, I'm using my gel top coat from Nail Addict. This one has become one of my favorites because of its beautiful shine. And I applied a thin layer of this over all of my nails, and you can really see that sort of pinky purple iridescent shine come out of those glitters, and it looks absolutely stunning. And after I applied the thin even layer of top coat, I cured in my LED lamp for 30 seconds to fully harden and dry the gel. And once the nails are fully cured, I'm going to rehydrate my skin and nails using my City Girl Nail Shop cuticle oil. And this is my first time using their oil. It smelled amazing and made my cuticles super nice and plump and looked really great. So I definitely recommend this oil. And this basically just makes the skin around the nails super soft and put some of that oil and nutrients back in since they got pretty dry from the dip application. And here is my finished manicure I was able to create using that City Girl Nail Shop dip powder, and also sharing my gel polish removal over extensions and my fill routine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a like and subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one.